It's been a day, folks, but it continues. I got hit up last week sometime about relocating a fifth wheel travel trailer, and I said not a problem, got fifth wheel. Well, here's the catch. You're very limited on certain areas with a pickup bed running a fifth wheel, because fifth wheel travel trailers, there's not much room at all between the bed rail and the trailer. So I had a buddy that I help every once in a while get rid of some junk trailers. Occasionally a fifth wheel popped up, and I thought, man, that'd be a lot nicer to use my flatbed truck. So my 2250-500 had a B&W turnover ball thing on it. So I bought a B&W companion that goes in the turnover ball spot. Well, I got rid of my 2250-500, so we're gonna go back to the OG, and it's got a fixed gooseneck ball. So let me show you what we got figured out. First, I'm gonna change my shirt because it's been up since 4, and it's 4 right now. So I mean, it's like how we hadn't even get up. I mean, it's only been a minute. It goes from kingpin down to a gooseneck ball. It's got an extension on it, so hopefully we can make this work. You just put this sleeve in there. Guessing that sleeve goes in between, I think, the kingpin ear right there. Ah! I'd borrow that from a friend. Hopefully the phone's in the truck. Let's roll. Alright. Been a long time since I've been out this road, but here's what the plan is this is where I gotta turn the rig around at. Yeah, it's way up here. 40 foot, we can't afford here. I mean, there's a couple, like, if you want to get greedy, you can turn around maybe in somebody's driveway, but I don't know, my confidence goes up and down on this situation. Because it's down this little road right here, and making it into here is not bad, but I don't want to turn a triaxle around right there. Oh, guy with a backhoe. Sorry, backhoe man, you got the right of way, you're bigger than me. Shit. Come on there, figure it out, that fucker. Anyway, we're gonna go down here. We'll see if I have to back up for this other person. Drive off. Why do they make roads like this? What the? Oh man, we got all kinds of shit in our way. What the hell's going on here? Alright, well, I didn't film any of the shit show trying to hook that coupler up, but it's gonna be tighter, and I really like the seat, but it's all hooked up. I'm gonna turn my lights on, make sure all that works, drive off there, and got my pole saw. There you go. Hi, you good? So nobody was around to see this trailer actually be put in the driveway by the previous driver. But best I figure it, I need to pull across the road and squeeze through this little gate. And it's a funny thing about these somewhat bigger acreage properties, they only have like a 10 to 12 foot gate getting into them, which is fine for a car or a straight shot with a trailer. But unfortunately, I'm on a little bit of an angle, and I'm just going to have to zigzag this thing enough so that I can get it away from the driveway just far enough so I can start to really jackknife the truck and cut the wheels to the left and really get it to sweep around right there. But I messed around with this for 10-15 minutes trying to zigzag back and forth, just inching the trailer over, because that's just the only realistic way we got. Well, go figure. A gal shows up claiming that she's late to get home. I mean, that's one way to put it. So we're going to try and zigzag our way out of her way, apparently, because there's no chance that she wants to give us a break. But we'll figure it out here. We got to get this thing out of here, and we got to deal with traffic no matter what. So check this out. This is her appearance. Right now I'm pulled all the way forward to the fence, and we're letting this gal sneak by the back side of the trailer. And my idea is I'm going to back up so she's got room to go in front of me.
That'll be enough for there?
Good right there. What?
It's not getting smaller.
No.
Well, you guys got to see the last couple dog legs of that. Now I got to remember which way did I turn because of the back though. I gotta go that way. Is there somebody coming? I can't quite, there's an awning over there. I can't quite see around the rig that way. This is gonna be a feat to get it in where it needs to go. I'm not lying, it's gonna be fucked. I'm already an hour into this deal. I'm gonna back up all the way to that wire, remember? Yeah, turning towards you guys.
I got done after picking my truck up off the road. Hold on, we gotta drop this.
Man. So I asked my dad to come down here, help me with this, but I sent him the address of where we're going and here, and he went to the one we're headed to. So I'm super thankful that Keith stopped by and helped me back out of there. He brought the two-way radio, because that would have been shit by myself. Oh, that guy, whatever his drink of choice is, that's for sure. But we actually don't even have that far to take this thing. But where we're taking it is worse than where we just pulled it out of. I had to crack open one of these. Holy mother of Moses. It's Big Larry. I don't care at all. Those guys that tow one of these 40 footers with a boat behind it, hell yeah. You keep that. I don't want to do it. Well, shit. Challenge accepted, I guess. I'm gonna cut some of these branches. Hoss showed up. The boy's been here an hour because he went to the wrong address. I'm gonna cut these things off right here. This transition from the blacktop to this gravel road is the exact reason why I had to use the flatbed truck to move this trailer. I wish I would have got it on film, but the rear axle of the trailer actually came off the ground because the transition was such a steep one, going off the blacktop down into the gravel. And I'm going to have to cheat a little bit and take the truck out in the bushes a little. And a truck like this with a wide track steering is just perfect for situations like this. It would have been nice to have a regular cab, that way you could zigzag a little bit tighter and more finesseful, but the crew cab make it happen. I'm trying to get it a little bit closer to the bank on the high side because we have another corner down here at the bottom that we have to turn the opposite way. So the 19.5s, the heavier ply tires, are definitely nice to have a little bit extra comfort driving in the bushes, just a little bit like this. Holy mother of Moses. I'm not gonna lie, that was some impressive shit. Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna go down that way and see what it looks like to get this thing out of here. Because hopefully it's not for a long time. Cut down these bushes right here. Had to drive the truck through the weeds trying to counteract. Glad I got the 5500 back in action just for this. I know up here there's a freaking bridge. You have to go out this way. This corner, it's got real estate to take it wide. That's not a problem. And then there's a sketchy bridge. When I came to look at the drop spot, I knew about this bridge, and I was like, man, hopefully it's on this side of the bridge, but it looks okay to cross it. Not ideal, but oh, 3 hours. I found a spot to turn around. Look at that. Okay, I'm not so worried about getting it back out of there. It would suck, but I could get it out of there. Nice intersection right here. Somewhat acreage, but well, folks, that was definitely the biggest trailer I've towed with anything, honestly. No, I've towed a old Dixie May back in the day. I drove his rig around. That was a pretty long setup, but as far as, it's a different story with those campers. You can't see nothing around them, but that was the biggest camper I've moved around, and definitely the most challenging location to actually place one of those. But bam, we got it right where we needed it to. I asked the gal, because she's, it's her home on wheels there, and I was like, were you guys sweating watching? I wasn't too worried, but, you just never know until you get in the spot and see if you can actually squeeze it. You have an educated guess, if you will. But she was like, oh no, you were so mindful of everything, and I wasn't worried at all. I was like, well, made me feel good. Really, honestly, it felt good helping somebody out in a situation like that, because they needed their rig moved. I don't know what the situation was at the last RV pad that they were renting, but they were ready to get out of there quick. And I've been working long hours on a clearing job right now, and been up early. So they were really hoping we could get it moved this week so the electrician could get the RV hooked up and everything, and be able to do it. So it feels good. It's cool how excited they were about it. That's what really makes it cool. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Comment if you've been in any more of a challenging location than that. I only had to pull forward like twice. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. See you guys. Oh, mindful of Karens that think that it's easier for me to drive a 60, 70 foot long rig forward and get out of her way than it is for her just to wait 1 to 2 minutes. Weird, isn't it? See you guys later. Curious to read your comments. See you guys on the next one. Later.